Hello, I'm Rob Myatt. I'm going to be reading Dirk by Kohli from the collection People Like Dirk, a collection of 7 short stories, which was originally published in Switzerland by Lenus Verlag in March 2021. It was also a New Books in German jury selection, so translation funding is guaranteed, and my full English translation of the first story, Dirk, was published in the most recent issue of Your Impossible Voice. This is the opening to that story. The cream is cooling. Dirk holds his breath, pulling the rolled-up leg of his tracksuit trousers back down over his right calf carefully. He wipes his sticky fingers on his t-shirt and looks at the silver tube with the black snake's head printed on it, the bifurcated reptile tongue lolling ambivalently out of the small opening of its mouth. Odd picture for a medical product. The snake, companion of Asclepius, makes sense, but why just a head with no tail? And is that thing even called a tail? Or a tail body? Body tail? Dirk puts the tube back in the medicine cabinet, exactly where he found it. Anna must never find out about the thing on his leg. It'll be all right. You've come through worse, he whispers to himself. As he washes his hands, he thinks about a school trip where he shat blood because of a salmonella poisoning. He reaches for Anna's hairbrush, gives his golden waist-length hair a good long brush, and thinks about bacteria, antibiotic resistance, and his immune system. A moth squirms in a spiderweb next to the bathroom mirror, the fluttering, dusty little thing fighting for its life. Dirk splashes water on his face, his neck, touches a hand to his forehead, which feels perfectly normal, not at all hot. Another aspirin just to be safe. He reaches for the green package which he bought a few days ago at Munich airport, and which already feels old and strange to him. The squawk of a peacock, as dreadful as a cat that has been run over, pierces the bathroom. He's not going to be able to sleep like this. Dirk's eyes narrow, his jaw grinds. A vein pops out on his left temple. He is disappointed by his testiness, leaving him even more testy. Back in Germany, he had been imagining that he would be more laid back in Mexico City. A new Dirk. Mexico City Dirk. The peacock is persistent. Another echoes around the courtyard. Dirk reaches for a bar of soap as if it were a hand grenade, opens the window, and sticks his head out into the night air. A cool wind blows across his agitated vein. The night, the Mexicans, everything out here is having a laugh at his expense. A silvery murmur rustles through the rosewood trees, whispering about this peculiar German man with the blonde hair, the idiot with the inflamed leg. The branches, like frozen bolts of lightning, stretch up to the sky, perhaps making contact with heavenly forces, whipping jolts of electricity directly into Dirk's neural pathways. A sea of violet flowers glimmers above his head, prancing and quivering as if it's fucking carnival season. The peacock is nowhere to be seen. Shh! Dirk hisses. He doesn't dare make too much noise. Someone might think he's crazy. People have probably been whacked off for less here. But in the street, nothing moves. Just a few lazy petals lying around. The city answers back with distant police sirens, the usual yapping of a stray mongrel. He takes a deep breath. His testiness crumbles, decays, as he is about to get angry again, transforms into an iron block in his chest. Mood swings, for fuck's sake. What's this city doing to me? Is it my time of the month? Am I pregnant? Is it the food? Dirk's throat is swelling up. His tear ducts hurt. Close your eyes quickly. Scrunch them up. Wait for the moment to pass. That peacock. Why does he feel like he knows that call from the past? From some sort of parallel past? A former past? As if the squawk of this peacock could retrace every cell division, every stage of alienation from the Big Bang to the cell, right up to the cutting of the umbilical cord. Solitary compound set to a linear soundtrack. Dirk hits his head against the window frame. The soap still in his clenched fist. He sniffs it. Sandalwood. Bloody hippie smell. Anna probably chose it. 2 heavy tears come unstuck from the corners of his eyes, fall from the second floor, unusually slowly, even though that's not possible, glitter briefly in the dim yellow of the streetlight, and land in the cactus patch. Dirk closes the window. Where'd this bloody melancholy come from? There's absolutely no reason for it. He found Anna, manager of an IT company, death metal fan like him, Zapotec, the hottest woman he's ever seen. This thing between them, a perpetual explosion, an explosion in slow motion like the final scene of Antonioni's Zabriskie Point. Even just the thought of her is enough to make his insides explode in slow motion. Millions of drops of blood and splinters of bone shot into infinity to a Pink Floyd soundtrack. Dirk regrets not knowing anything about the Zapotec. He should fix that. His 16 semesters studying Romance languages are of no use to him here. He met her, this Zapotec goddess, while waiting by the toilets after the Ancient Infection concert. It was the only reason Dirk had come to Mexico City, a spontaneous decision he made because he had resolved to only do what he wanted to from now on. She approached him, asked him what products he uses in his hair, checking him out as if he were some exotic plant. Dirk blushed, but, given the uniqueness of this magical moment, collected himself and invited her out for a beer. And in fact, he now realises, in this bathroom, in this apartment in Polanco on Avenida Schiller, it was precisely that day when his life began. Germany has shriveled to a hazy legend, a veil of tears at the other end of the earth populated by hunched-over grey namby-pambies.